welcome to part 40 of Disco Elysium. Part goddamn 40. I will not say the E word, and I'm not talking about Elysium. I'm talking about what I've said for the last 4 episodes that hasn't been true. It keeps not being true. Now let's just stop wasting time and get straight into this. I've got hours. I'm good to go. Maybe we should look how we want to look right now. I don't know if we're trying to do anything here. That one's alright, but I think I just prefer that. And I guess we'll take that just because it's crazy. Maybe black pants. I kind of like those glasses. These are kind of big. I think we'll stick with these. And that's it, right? That's it. We're good. Let's go, Kim. And maybe now I can stop holding this weird thing. And there's no more tear around. We walk around with a sword just because we can. And maybe a gun. Maybe we won't have anything. Bam! Just run around with a sword. Oh, what was that? What? Only in this exact spot.
Wait. Take a longer look at yourself and how you're reflected in that slick chemical rainbow. What metaphor?
Nope.
It's always metaphor.
Sorry. Some kind of metaphor for me?
This is more important than you. That's the blood of industry you see before you. The runoff from Coal City, further down the coast. The engines of fortune once roared here. Great wealth poured into Revachol, the Delta, as did smoke, waste, sickness, life.
Life. You guys don't hear... Wait, let me check the mic. No, you don't hear the noise in the back. The washing machine is on and it's going... And it's faint and distant, but I just wanted to make sure at least you guys don't hear it. It should stop soon, and I hope you don't hear it. Anyway, what happened?
The engines stopped. The West Revacholian industrial base was dismantled after the war. Now, extinguished coke furnaces dot the landscape. A landscape despoiled by industry.
Industry.
Filth. This needs environmental action now.
Yeah, I don't see a problem. Revachol moved on to a service industry. Get with the times, yo. West Revacholian industrial base. That's so me. There was a serious dereliction of duty in this cleanup. Yeah, I think the word dereliction is probably correct. I don't fully know, but yeah, there was whatever.
Perhaps you could dedicate your life to cleaning it up, but you're a cop. You must concern yourself with different messes. Even so, it's pretty to think.
Sure. Clean up the world. Clean up your trash. We're going to find a radio transceiver or something. We're also going to tell the people that stuff. And I'm still wondering if we can get in here somehow. If there's something overlooking the thing, you know? Have we ever gone like over here? I guess there's really nothing. None of you really want to talk. And you're just a guy ready to shoot shit up. Odd that you didn't catch the graffito earlier, Van Eyck, Overdrive. Yeah. I believe the radio was in here. Right? Is this the office we're talking about? I believe it do, may. Doopity-doop-beep-beep-beep.
A common office radio, like any of those found in countless waiting rooms, lounges, and other semi-public spaces all over the world.
Kim, how do I get the transceiver out of this thing? I mean, we could go buy it legally, but I'm much more for this idea.
There's usually a little switch somewhere. Ah, yes, it's the one that says release.
There's a release switch on a radio that just releases the... Sure.
The lock disengages with a nice click. You may now safely remove the transceiver unit.
Examine it.
There's nothing obviously remarkable about it. It's about the size of a common pasta box, with knobs of molded plastic. What else is there to say? If this transceiver were a person, it would be an accountant at a large logistics firm. Perfectly competent, but unexceptional.
I guess pure functionality is itself a kind of aesthetic.
I suppose it does have a certain no-nonsense appeal, if you prefer that sort of thing.
The transceiver appears quite at peace with its appearance.
Do you think we'll actually be able to reach the coalition with this?
You've surprised me more than once during the course of our investigation, but I have to say, it still seems like a remote scenario.
Ah, well, at least you admit. I've not been a total disgrace.
With its transceiver gone, the radio has ceased its persistent buzzing. It is as silent as a headstone.
We have how many points? 2. Almost 3. And we'll probably... I feel like we should shave, you know? Anyway. Time to run a long, long, long way to Everard. If only I could teleport. People. And inside here, a rich guy. Extremely weird. But all in my head. Yeah. Anything new with you? Probably not, but I guess I can ask.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Elysium.
Leo, in the future, can we keep the greeting shorter?
Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows such as yourself.
Yay. Leo, you seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask about someone.
Mr. Everett doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Oh, God. Who's this Edgar you keep mentioning?
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Everett's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does. But a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say.
Let me stop you there, Leo. I had another question.
Huh? Sure, mister. What is it?
I'm not gonna ask you about everyone, but I will ask you about Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that. Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
That's precisely what he is. Everard's dragon.
Yeah. The guy in the container, you know, the rich man.
Who do you mean, mister?
Oh, I found him. Don't worry about it.
You do realize he might just be a figment of your imagination, right?
Kim saw him too. There's just a normal guy standing there. The fancy guy in a suit in that container over there.
I don't know anyone like this, mister. Maybe he's one of Mr. Everett's fancy friends. He knows all kinds of fancy people with suits and purdy carriages.
He really feels very uncomfortable discussing matters related to Everard with you.
So tell me about Everard.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Everett would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
Sure, Titus.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you.
Haha.
Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, mate.
Bye. I ain't got time for nice leave. Nice, old, nice. Or speaking in sentences that make sense. It's not a thing I do often.
So, the ship has sailed. Did you see it? I know you did. Tell me, what did it look like as it grew smaller and smaller when that mainsail dropped behind the horizon?
There's a mean little light in his eyes.
Yeah, it's because he's a bit of a bitch.
Did it look like a germ? Did it look like a piece of bacteria?
His jaw is clenched, and his quadruple chin is quivering with hatred. This is decades of hatred speaking right now.
You just say quadruple chin. Damn.
You get a sinking feeling. Oh my god, you've been played.
Have I though? Yes, it sort of did look like that. A bacteria growing smaller and smaller. No, it looked like a boat sailing away from the coast.
You wanted us to relay all this information to her.
That this is a takeover? That I want a war? God, I hope you also told her about the drug trade. They absolutely hate getting their hands dirty with that.
She told me, and I simply confirmed.
You can kill 1 million people, but if you do something the police doesn't like, well, then you're out of the yacht club. Goodbye, you inhuman fuck.
Now I know why you've been so forthcoming. So this was your plan all along, for me to relay this information to her. Well, now I know why you've been so forthcoming.
No, Harry. What we have is real. We're working men. This here is real.
My whole door is shaking again because of the washing machine. That's crazy. Anyway, I hope you don't hear it. Not too loudly, anyway.
In there, under pillows of winter fat, his stress-ridden heart still beats furiously.
Hey, it's gotta be strong. Let's not go there. How do you know she left? What a stupid question, man. He has eyes everywhere. We know this, but sure, whatever.
Harry, I bugged her cabin. I bugged her whole boat. I had cameras surveying her boat. Hell, I even wanted to bug that thermal cap, but my boys advised against it.
Wow.
They must have done it while Joyce was busy questioning the locals.
So you've been listening to our conversations all the time?
Not me personally. I had guys recording and processing this information for me.
The Hardy Boys?
Hell no! They'd fuck it up. They can't do anything right. I mean my real boys. My special task force boys.
Why would you suggest the Hardy Boys? Come on, Harry.
Where are these boys?
They sure as hell aren't hanging out in the open with beers in their hands for the cops to question. They're pros, Mr. Kitsuragi.
But maybe they are. Maybe Doom Spiral guy? You used me. That's wild. How you got me to do all that stuff? Not really. Thanks for letting me play a part. We could try to play along and be like, yeah. Thanks.
Harry, you made a conscious decision to relay that information to her. You could have kept it for yourself.
You used my intellectual curiosity against me. my what? But she told me a beautiful story about the discovery of the insulinde. But she said she's insane, like me.
Of course she did. Rich people have the best stories about all the interesting things they've done and seen. All the beautiful places they've been to. It's just sentimentalism. She can afford to be sentimental, and she can afford to lose as well.
But she said she's insane. Like me. Dane. Insane Dane.
She's not insane. What did she tell you?
What, like, you don't know? She told me she's over-radiated from pale transit.
No, she's not. She's a sentimental alcoholic. They all are. Never take a drop and you'll be 8 laps ahead of those upper-class winos. Just like old Mr. Clare here. Try it. You'll be a real super detective.
I have been for the last week, okay? So thank you. I've actually walked the path of sobriety for a while now.
I can see that, Harry. Alcohol has left its marks, but you're doing better than when I first saw you. Rich man is shitting himself. The working class sober.
So what's going to happen now?
What was always going to happen? We take the harbour and she fucks off to Ozon, uncorks a bottle of wine, calls her partners, and says they need to distance themselves from this nasty business before the big shit spinner splashes everyone. Only difference is the Union doesn't have to lose 2,000 men to machine gun fire.
You could have just told me. I would have been on board. Damn, Everard. I was hoping I'd somehow get to fuck you over in the end. Not the other way around. But I swore fealty to her. She was my beautiful lady. A lady. I have a bad taste in my mouth. You better make sure this ends up saving lives.
That it will, Harry. That it will. As to the bad taste, please. You're not a sommelier. You're a cop.
Shut up. Cunt.
You knew something.
God.
Something big.
I dropped the
and
word.
You wanted to see what happens when you tell someone.
YouTube hates
So
me now.
you told her. Anyone who's ever been close to power will tell you. Inside information is the sweetest thing in the world.
Yeah.
It's better than money. It's better than pussy. Money only makes you special for some salesmen. Pussy only makes you special for yourself. Information makes you special for all mankind. It's the ticket to history.
My thoughts exactly. No. It does make sense when you word it like that. We just give a
Right on, Harry. What you did was participate in history. When history calls, you have to pick up. You had no choice. None of us ever do. A hard disco cop like you, I knew you weren't one to resist temptation.
You know what, detective? I am going to leave this out of my report, and I suggest you leave it out of yours too.
Sure.
Just look at the 3 of us. The 3 careless boyaderos. Good times, good times.
Okay. So what now? So what the fuck now?
Now we let bygones be bygones because there's work to do. For me and for you. I suppose there was a reason you came here, so let's have it. What can I help my best friend and comrade with today?
Fuck you. Look, my gun.
My. She's quite the looker, Harry. You can't imagine how pleased I am the 2 of you are reunited. Tell me, was it difficult to convince the pigs to give it up?
You could say that. She tried to kill me.
I told you she was a piece of work, Harry, but I knew you could handle it. I know my special policeman. Anyway, I'm glad you're all right and armed again.
I finished investigating the local drug trade.
Ah, yes, your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business.
Yeah.
He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then.
Remember the container I asked you about? Turns out there was a mega rich light-bending guy inside.
Mega rich light-bending guy? Oh my god. How did that get in there?
He's so rich, he could get in anywhere. Slime like him must have oozed through the cracks. He must have been in the container when someone accidentally closed the door. I don't know how he got in there. He's so rich he could get in anywhere.
Damn it to hell, Harry. I specifically told my guys to check all the containers for mega-rich light-bending guys.
Nothing can stop an innovative mind. I think he wants to take down the proletariat, Everett. Kim, tell him he was there. Kim?
There was a guy in the container. But he didn't bend any light. That was in the detective's head.
Man.
Honestly, guys, we might be moving a spot of drugs through this harbor, but I won't be caught transporting the light-bending mega-rich. I have a reputation to protect.
Yes, for God's sake, you're a socialist. The mega rich are people too. He was a nice man. Gave me stock tips. Yes, the transportation of the mega rich should be more tightly regulated. Didn't seem like he was safe. You should be honored by the presence of this magus. Magus? Magus? He was a half Revacholian blood and amassed his wealth using the mysterious bond of nationhood. Well, yeah, goddammit, you're a socialist.
You're right, Harry. I am a socialist. I'm going to catch the mega-rich guy inside the container and harvest his energy to power the harbor's fog lights. I shudder to think what you're going to tell me next, Harry.
Well, I met a girl named Estelle who said she's working for you.
Funny. That doesn't ring any bells, Harry.
Uh-huh.
Funny. She was trying to set up a narcotics operation in the old church on the coast.
Oh, that Estelle. Yes, I do seem to remember sending a pretty young thing down there to liven up the place. Get some hypnotic music in there.
Hypnotic music, yeah. So you do know. Did you also tell her to start the amphetamine lab? Hypnotic music, liven up the place? Yes, that checks out. Did you also tell her to start an amphetamine lab?
Amphetamine lab? That sounds very immoral and debauched. Frankly, a health risk. But what do I know about kids these days? The music they listen to, the drugs they do while they listen to that music?
That's how it is.
It sounds to me like you are trying to start an amphetamine lab in the district. And you're using some delinquents you found, God knows where, to set it up and run it for you.
Found God knows where? That Estelle is the daughter of Miko the Kebab, a man who once killed a guy with a kebab.
Yeah, that explains the name, I guess.
I think a daughter of a man who killed a man with a kebab can handle running a little nightclub, don't you?
It's not that maggot-infested kebab, is it? Because, man, I really want a kebab. Or some kind of food that involves kebab. Kebab. And I just, and then I think of, and now I gotta have a good experience with some kebab so I can forget the mental image of the maggot-infested kebab, you know? Miko, the really?
Maybe it was Bogovic. Or Jakub. I think it might have been Conrad.
Conrad. Anyway, I shut down the amphetamine production, but let them go on with the nightclub plan.
A nightclub? Harry, I'm an old-fashioned guy. After work, I like to listen to some rock and roll music and have a non-alcoholic lager.
Yeah.
Nightclubs don't interest me.
It's not for you anyway, you... No, I said we're not going there. We're not going there. A non-alcoholic lager? What the fuck? So why even? Just have a soda. Anyway.
But here I am, talking about myself, when you have much more important things going on.
Yeah.
Tell me, Harry, how can I help you?
I think I might not ever speak to you again.
I'm always happy to... Very
Yeah,
nice.
bye. Everything's new. We did things. We just need to inform, and then we got the thing. So now... wouldn't that be here somewhere? Oh, it's this? Sorry. Return to the church, yeah. Alright, let's get going. Goodbye, you. Yeah. Now, if I could fast travel away from this goddamn place, that takes not really that long. I mean, yes, go down. I don't know why you always go down. What the? I don't. If you use the arrow keys trying to go down the stairs, he just won't. He'll go down a little bit and go up, man. Go down, go up, go down, go up, man. What about, man? That's crazy. Have we been there? We have been there. Was there anything there? Is that where the person lives? Is that? Do we want to get in there? I don't know. Let's not even talk to Measurehead. I don't even know if we could say anything. And is there anything on the other side of him anyway? There's a box. Is that it? A box with shit? That's what we'll get.
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Yeah, fuck off, bitch. Idiot, bitch. Nice. I already said the C word, so I can swear all I want. I don't think YouTube tolerates that word in the slightest.
Hi again, Gendarme.
I guess we'll try to figure this out. Whoops.
Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Yes, sure. Come on my posher. Quick save.
Hi again, Gendarme.
Could he be a member of the homosexual underground?
Right, is that how I get that thought? Is that where we're going now? Hardcore aesthetic. Sure. Cleaning out the rooms. Cleaning out my closet. I think we might be getting this, we can barely read it. Maybe if we go down here. The homosexual underground. Go on, game.
Yes, this man is definitely one of the homos. I've seen them homos with my own eyes.
Harry. Are you part of the homosexual underground? It's one of those things, the game, it's the game.
The homosexual underground?
Yeah, I shouldn't have, should I?
Why, yes I am, officer. Why?
But
Do you want to investigate?
yes, I want to hear more about this homosexual underground. I am curious.
Oh, it's a pleasure group. A sub rosa pleasure group congregating in cellars under the cover of night. Saturday night. Sometimes even Friday night.
But why do you convene? What do you do? What about Thursday night? What do you...
Oh, we're ambitious. We want to destroy the last vestiges of meaning. The last things people in Rebishol have to hold on to. The true symbols of security. The meaning of man and woman, mother and father, their marriage. Everything will be constantly shifting and moving under our rule. The future will belong to a circus of identities just spinning around, surreal and unreal. You won't even know who you are anymore.
I'm just Dane. That's it. Does it have anything to do with disco?
Yes, we listen to a lot of disco. Some say we engineered disco to spread our vision of a vertiginous, ever-changing society, where all there is a razzle-dazzle of gold. We are going to change the family unit with all this razzmatazz and finger dancing. And with mysteries. Of course, the mysteries are also of sexual nature, very esoteric.
I do like disco.
You can't just get into it. You have to be born into it. One is either already in the homosexual movement or forever excluded from it.
Is that so? What if I can't remember whether I'm in or not? What if I can't remember anything about my life aside from the fact that I like disco?
Beautiful. Beautiful. That's exactly what we're looking for. Who knows, maybe you were homosexual in the past. Maybe all of that has been repressed. I have to say that you do look like someone who might be part of the underground. You have that very distinctive, I can't understand what's going on here look.
Sure. He does sort of have that look, doesn't he? Okay, Blink. Okay, I have to think about it. This is gonna be like a 20-hour mind project for me. 20 hours at least.
Absolutely wonderful.
A man like you can figure out his sexuality in a working day. It won't be 20 hours unless you want to enter the heightened realms of the phantasme erotique afterwards. It may be 20 hours or more, but that would be on your own time.
Bye-bye, gendarme.
Bye. Well, we got that one. It's 8 hours. That's crazy. Certainly curious. I don't know if we have the time though. If I had gotten that any sooner. Don't misunderstand. It's not like I want this game to be over because I don't like it. This is one of my... This is probably my top 10 of games now. I like it very much, in fact. A little too much. Perfectly adequate. Adequate. Transceiver. Boink. Yada da da yada da. Yo, one last time seeing you, Dice Girl.
Oh, it's you again. Are you looking for a die?
I don't think you can make me anymore though, so you should stop getting my hopes up. I think I found the actual source of the curse.
You mean the curse that I'm spared of because I live outside its immediate reach?
Yeah, well, about that. It's a bit more complicated than I first thought it would be.
I'm listening.
There's a 2mm hole in reality located in a church on the other side of the canal. I think it may be related to the Pale.
Excuse me? A 2mm hole in reality? This can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, ma'am. Sona Lukanen-Kilde, the former lead programmer of Fortress Accident, made the discovery.
Sona is involved in this?
Yes.
So it's even worse than I thought. It's not just the commercial area that's cursed, it's the entire world.
It sure is.
She looks outside the window where daylight has filled the yard.
What? No, I wouldn't go as far as... Well, don't worry about it. You've been doing fine so far. I'm sure it's nothing.
You mean considering the fact that the world is collapsing on my porch?
Well, there might be a lot of points of... You know.
In any case, thank you for stopping by. It's good to have an answer, even if I can't claim to understand it fully.
You're welcome. You're very sweet, and I'll miss you. But not really. But like, you're great. Guess we'll run this way. That will actually take us to Plaisance. Where the Plaisance? Can you lift this again?
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog.
Yeah, whatever. Been there, done that. Da-da. Da-da. Looks like Jean Le Million, that hair poster. Yes. What? Sure. Boink. Sneeze. Fuck. I knew it. I knew when I say... See, I sneezed in the last episode. And I was about to say, I'm gonna sneeze, but then I knew I wouldn't sneeze, so I didn't say anything. I just went like, and then I sneezed. And this time, I was like, but then I said sneeze, and then I didn't sneeze. I don't... What is it with sneezes that are like shy, that if you acknowledge their existence publicly and out loud, then they just will not... And you can't say it's the fact that, oh, it's because you're talking and like the act of talking actually cancels out the sneeze. But then last time I went, and then I still sneezed. So explain that. Yeah, whatever.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Oh God, not the Dick Mullen book. I'll ask, but...
Oh, I'm very sorry, sir.
Oh, thank God.
Some of these old paperbacks just don't have the durability. I would be happy to sell you another one, but unfortunately, it's the last copy we had in stock.
She calls that customer service?
Yeah. I get Annette's a trooper. She looks like she can take it, but it's actually wearing her down. You know, she's been biting her nails? I will bring it up, in the hopes that this will actually lead to goodness.
God, I've told her not to do that. It's disgusting. And I told you to mind your own business. Clearly, you have no idea how hard it is to raise a girl in this economy.
I guess I don't.
This economy is a mysterious force, like cosmic weather. Mysterious and harsh.
I don't think she can do anything about it.
She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks.
Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You are placing an unnecessary burden on a young child.
What you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. That is true, and obviously the will of the market, but maybe make an exception for your daughter? Yeah, actually it's super alright for kids to chew their hands off. Forget I said anything. Is obvious sarcasm, I hope, but who knows. Come on, B-word. Maybe make an exception for your daughter?
She stands stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality, one where they are wrong. It's not easy. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole.
Oh no. Hold on. I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there.
What?
There. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother called a dull mind. All this stress.
Oh, there she is.
It sounds like both the husband and the mother treat her the way she treats Annette.
You're like Annette to your husband and your mother.
Oh, well, My mother was horrible, of course. Absolutely perverse energies around that person. But my husband...
My husband is completely different, of course.
Is this husband Annette's father?
Yes. My husband is a successful entrepreneur east of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here. No matter. Soon we'll both be off for Grand Couronne.
What's that?
It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighborhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead for sure.
And your husband's also involved with the bookstore?
He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner.
Super silent. Almost inaudibly so.
She an only child?
Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy.
She seems like a very nice kid. Promising human being.
A glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior.
Why not?
We're quite busy people, you know, my husband and I. Quite busy. Children are a lot of work.
Yeah.
You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand.
Fuck you.
I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand.
I get it, man. It's a life. And you shouldn't unless you can. If you don't have the means, don't have kids or pets. She told me she doesn't go to school anymore.
She's been too busy helping me here. So she studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course.
Uh-huh.
I assure you, I of all people understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off.
And hell freezes over? Never mind. It's not a good topic to get into.
Well, whatever.
The woman looks aloof. Her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette.
Plaisance. I have to tell you something. I have found the actual source of the doom.
What do you mean, the actual source? Earlier, you told me there was no curse.
Well, my investigation has led me to discover a 2mm intraplanetic hole in reality. That's the source of doom, both in the commercial area and in Martinez. I'm afraid all I can tell you is this. You must leave and don't look back. No, 2mm hole or whatever.
A what?
It's a tiny hole in reality. It may be connected with Pale. Not the Pale, just Pale. An origin point of sorts. It would explain why historically so many things have ended in failure here in Martinez.
Ma'am, what he's saying is true. We found an anthroponetic anomaly in the small Pinewood church down the coast. I don't mean to be an alarmist, and more research is needed, but it's not looking good.
But that's not in any of the ancient texts. How am I supposed to protect my bookstore from that?
She's too afraid to even say the word. Tell her the truth. It's out of her hands.
You can't protect it. Not against Pale. Close up the shop and try to get as far away from this thing as possible. You can protect it with hope by refusing to give up. That's what people have done in the past, by building a church, a place of worship around this thing. You'll have to find your own answer. I've spent too long on this quest. Yeah, trying to open the ice cream maker? Absolutely. You can't, or you can. I'm thinking about sweet little Annette. and what's best for her, which might be that they move and she can go back to school and blah 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 blah. But then hope. But then this, but then this, but then this.
Close the shop. But it's all I have. No, there must be a way. Especially now that Annette is settling in at school again.
Huh?
She's finally making friends in this place. No, we can't leave Martinez. We can't. Thank you for your help in any case. You're welcome back here anytime.
Thank you. That's... okay. Hello, sweet little Annette.
I'm sorry, sir. I can't talk right now. I'm very busy with my homework. I have so much homework now.
I fucked you, didn't I? No, like, I screwed you over. 'Cause homework... Man, I know about homework. That's like... God, so much of it. I had my teachers were very, like, dictatorish, I swear. I'm sure most people, most students say that about their teachers, but god damn it, man. They would give us work we had to finish in school, and then further work we had to finish at home. And so it would always, instead of being like, you have to read these 10 pages, and you have 30 minutes in school now to do it, and if you don't finish, or you know, whatever, finish these 5 pages in the math book, you have to finish the rest at home. It's like, nope, you do 5 here, and when you get home, you do another 10 for tomorrow. And so I feel like you have 10 years in school, or 9, or whatever, in like middle school, elementary school, whatever. That's so much time that there shouldn't be need for homework. It should be a thing. If you didn't finish your work in school, well, you'll have to just finish it up. And some teachers were like that. You need to do this. And so if you don't finish here in school, you'll have time. You just have to finish it at home. So if you sit here in school and do nothing, well, that's on you. Now you have to do it at home. Anyway, you get it. Homework, yeah, it sucks, man. It's been a long time since I had any homework. Thank heavens. Now I just work my ass off. God, Monday is gonna be... And I have to meet an hour earlier, and so it's probably gonna be 9 hours now of non-stop walking around, lifting packages, move here, move there. Oh. Anyway, Annette, sweet little child.
You just can't win.
Yeah.
Out of the rain and into the gutter.
I know, right? What you doing now?
Math. It's really difficult. Like, really. They say you need it to get rich. Better than standing outside in the cold, I guess.
Oh, you don't need math to get rich, but it doesn't hurt.
Oh, I found something while you were away.
Go on.
I thought this would fit you. Like, thanks for helping out. Not me. The city, I mean. Like a detective does.
She gives you a hat, almost exactly the one Dick Mullen wears on the covers. Where'd you get it?
Just what Dick Mullen would ask. I got it from behind the curtains. I'm not really supposed to go there.
What curtains? It's a detective hat?
Yes, just like the one Dick Mullen wears all the time. You'll look way more serious with that. Right, I have to get back to my homework now, before Mum notices. Man, this is hard.
Yeah, I'm sorry about homework. Well, now we have to try and fit. Oh my god. Well, I mean things. No, man, that goes with the hat. What shoes do we have again? Like poopy shoes or poopy shoes. I guess they kind of go with it. And the glasses. Yeah, I think. Yo.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
No, I'm the hat I was showing you. I got a hat. This is my look. She's completed my look. Yo.
Give up. You'll never find the answer. There's no other copy of Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity here.
I'm sure in one of the houses I'll find one. I don't even care. I don't care. But why?
Because that's how the world works. Some stories never get finished. You shouldn't expect there to be a tidy, satisfying ending.
You foreshadowing?
But what if you never find out how your story ends?
There's gotta be a way to solve this.
There isn't. If only you had more time, more resources. Who knows what you could have come up with? Maybe if there had been more money and less speed. Or more speed. Or that, yes. Either way, you might have been able to come up with an answer. But not like this.
What a disappointment. Yada-da, da-da, yada. Let's not even go there. Can I fast travel? I can. Whoop. Am I gonna... I think I might. I think I might. I think I may. Hand and eye coordination.
You see a bowl of water, a rough.
Indeed. You've become such a better man. All these things, all your stats.
On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, like an artist with a brush or a master swordsman. You use the small mirror and the straight razor with some soap to remove all that unkempt hair from below the noseline.
The stash too?
The sharp blade chases against your skin, producing a scratching sound. The surface underneath the beard feels tender, the air brushing against it chilly.
I thought you might get rid of like the sideburns or whatever you call that, and then no, it's another name. Whatever. They said it. Didn't they say it before? I thought you would keep the stash at least. Damn, man, you're like fully... It's a new start. I like beards. But I think you need a fresh start. Damn. That's weird. That's weird. That's weird. But okay. Feel it.
They feel so smooth, surprisingly so. A feeling of freshness overcomes you, as if you just came from a cold bath.
Was it right call?
The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. You almost look like a professional. Your face, such as it is, a regular human face, sans expression.
Sans? Okay, man, whatever. Well, would you look at us? Comments?
Yes?
So?
Yes. I don't know what to say. Perhaps,
You can tell me.
I'm not really sure about this turn of events. I think
Mutton chops
might have been a better idea. They sort of seem to cover up some of the
Yeah, damage. He means damage.
It's not even that bad. I looked more demented with it. I mean... whatever.
Either way, good on you. You were saying?
That's it, that's what I was saying. Hello. You like my new look?
The sea's gonna calm down soon, I can feel it. The wind is turning south.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Look at how you run. You're so like spry now. You're so young. You're so full of energy.
Our tenant, the policeman.
Yeah. Crazy old lady. They're all white. That's money. I don't know what that is. That's like the sign or something. Can't even... Why do they all stay? This guy's dead. Anyway.
What's on your mind?
Found a transceiver.
So your cop ways came through again. Impressive. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, I found this in an office by the harbor.
An ordinary white-collar transceiver joins the hardcore underground. Yeah, this should do nicely.
A nice story to tell himself. But don't forget, it really is just a normal, run-of-the-mill transceiver unit.
Alright, Lawfarer, we're ready to do this. I have to warn you though, once we commit, there's no stopping until we've seen it all the way through. No pauses, no second chances. This is our shot. You got it?
Understood.
So any cop prep you gotta do, you do it now. We'll wait if we have to.
Wait, didn't you say you need some kind of power supply?
Don't sweat that. Egg found something down near the waterlock. Some maniac abandoned a perfectly good power source.
That maniac is obviously you, which makes the power source your half-sunken Caprice 40.
You mean the motor carriage that I crashed into the bay?
That explains why it was covered in cop colours. Old thing's totaled, but lucky for us the engine on the back is still perfectly good. All I have to do is run a cable from the engine up the Centaur Man's Memorial. It won't last forever, but it should buy us enough time to get you synced up with a big bag.
What kind of cop what kind of cop prep do I need to do?
How should I know? It's up to everyone to know their own needs. Whatever keeps your body and soul in top working condition.
At the very least, you should make sure you're wearing a good pair of gloves.
Got that covered.
Personally, I'm gonna make sure I've got a steady supply of prep tied handy. Do what you have to do. Hardcore shot! Like Egg said.
I don't really understand. Things don't hear a mess. Someone really I still don't really fully understand what we're doing, but we're doing it. We're pretty much done. I know how to do this, so whatever. I could look it up, but whatever. I don't know how to get to the island. I feel like we're in some underground. Maybe like that somehow takes us to the island. That's the only thing I could imagine. Otherwise, something I just missed. And we've been through all this. Bunch of stuff I don't really necessarily care about. And this, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? It happens if it happens. That's all. We've spent so long on this game. I don't know what I'm really supposed to do. We do have gloss on now. Let's go, man.
Yo, man. Rest of the crew has got to stay here. Can't afford to let the beat drop right as we're getting off the ground.
Much love to my hardcore antenna brothers.
Thank you, buddy.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Try to squeeze in a promo spot while you're on air. We've got to start putting the word out.
Back across the waterlock. At least we are getting our exercise in today.
Every single day, bro.
You can grab that amplifier, officer. And you start spooling up those cables. Maybe we can get it all in one go.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm glad we did this. Look at this. This is a big deal. That's a big wheel. Yeah, funny joke. This is crazy. It's a carpet. Yo, whoa. Bro, you're crazy. You're like the crap man now.
Just plug that in there, would ya?
Don't die.
It's done. I believe we are ready.
Yeah, as ready as we're gonna be. Grab one of these can sets, both of ya. I've got it rigged so that we can all listen, but only your cop talk will broadcast. No idea what we're gonna hear when I turn this thing on, so be prepared for anything. Trick is to keep transmitting your request until the big bad acknowledges ya. You got that?
What if they never acknowledge me?
Honestly, that might be for the best. Like I said, the signs coming off this whole project are seriously uncharted.
It is crazy what we're doing. I don't, like, what?
Don't know how much juice we've got, so we better get to it. You ready?
Yeah. Hold on.
No time. We're live.
Okay. You know, it goes how it goes.
A soft rustling. The snow seems to have gotten between your ears somehow.
The sound.
Every light switch, every motor carriage, every doorbell, tea kettle, and radio in Martinez, all mingled with electrical interference caused by scattered thunderstorms over Ozone.
Hey, Lawman, we're waiting on ya.
What should I say? Coalition warship, Archer. This is RCM Officer Tequila Sunset. Man. Coalition warship Archer. This is Lieutenant Harriet Dubois. Please acknowledge.
You're all alone out there, wandering a blasted heath, calling out to the night. But there is no reply, except for the buzzing of invisible machines.
I like how Kim is just going along with this too. Like, yeah, we're doing this.
The lieutenant looks up at you with a nervous glance. He is nervous for your sake, of course, but also his own. Looking at him now, with both hands on his headphones, you see very briefly what the lieutenant must have been like when he first joined the RCM. Then he turns to you. He gives you a half smile, along with an almost imperceptible nod of encouragement.
Give it another go.
Coalition warship Archer, this is Dubois. Double your freighter.
Perhaps you're simply imagining it, but it seems as though you're learning to pull apart the fibers of this auditory felt. You focus on one strand in particular, one that sounds very nearly human.
Nein, Liebling, das lasse ich nicht zu. Wie kannst du unseren Jungen bloß auf einen dieser Dinger nach Bredefort schicken?
Nein, Liebling. Liebling? Is that lover? Or like darling? Liebe is loving, right? So a Liebling should surely be like darling. Das lasse ich nicht zu. That something not. Wie kannst du unseren Jungen... Jungen is the young. Dinger. Nach Wedeford schicken? I don't know. I thought I would be able to figure out something, but my German is very, very limited. Hello, Archer. Do you acknowledge me?
Marianne, mir erzählt, dass Oscar nicht mehr, seit auf einem Luftschiff aus Graz zurückgekommen ist. Halten ihn die Psychologen für vollkommen normal. Aber sie hat das Gefühl, seit seiner Rückkehr mit einem Fremden zusammenzuleben.
Zusammenzuleben. Marianne hat mir erzählt. Erzählt? Luftschiff. That's the airship that they're on, you know. Aus Grad. Zurück. Naturally. Psychology. Welcome. No, what? Zusammenzuleben. Is that live together? Fremden?
You can't make out a word of this gibberish.
Yeah, that's German for you. Danish is gibberish too, though, don't get me wrong. Noid, I think we're getting some intraplanetic crosstalk.
Liebling, bitte. Ist unser einziges Kind. Kann doch auch nächstes Jahr zur Akademie gehen.
Darling, please. There's I don't know.
Is that what you call those radio spookers? Didn't know they had a technical name. Either way, you gotta keep it up till we get through.
Understood.
Again.
It's cold now.
Kim.
A slight frisson at the point where your neck meets your spine. Something about the lieutenant's words directed at you, but not you.
Kim, don't clock my... It's really coming down, now that you mention it.
Mention what?
It's cold, like you just said.
I didn't say anything, detective.
Here we fucking go. Here we go.
Someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Kim?
An uncomfortable silence falls over the connection.
It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
Are you going to tell me you didn't say that either?
I promise you I didn't, even though it certainly sounds like me.
If this game does some double multiverse shit, I'm so done.
So your partner's haunting himself, trying to warn him off his current path, most like.
It's eerie for certain, but also harmless. I just wish I could remember what I was talking about.
Something here is eating at the lieutenant, as much as he would like to move past it.
Natürlich halten ihn die Psychologen für vollkommen normal.
What can we do about it?
You just have to embrace the spookiness. Now give it another go.
Coalition Warship Archer, do you acknowledge this is W. Freighter Lieutenant Harriet Dubois III?
But someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Dubois, please acknowledge.
Archer, this is Lieutenant Dubois. Can you hear me?
Liebling, bitte. Ist unser einziges Kind. Warship Archer, please identify.
The signals are getting increasingly mixed. Plucking Archer's signal from this will be like isolating a single strand from a tangle of hair.
This isn't looking good. The radio spookers are winning. Don't know. If we can't get around the interference, we're in deep trouble. Hold on. I think Ed gave me some sort of checklist.
Okay, man, well...
Says here, main step, volume to the max.
Of course.
That's not too helpful. Okay. It also says, inspect connections for hardcore clarity. So let's try that.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. How am I supposed to inspect the connections?
My guess, you climb up the centaur, man. See if there's anything obviously interfering with them. Maybe you've got some technical law science.
Uh-huh.
This isn't exactly your area of expertise, though.
I know, right?
Someone has been maintaining it.
Damn.
No problem at all. You've already teleported up way greater heights.
That's true.
Something about this setup seems dimly familiar. But you'll be damned if you know what you're supposed to do about it. Images of your body smashed against the pavement flood your mind. This is dangerous.
What if I slip and fall?
Maybe you break an arm, maybe you break your neck. Could go either way, honestly. But that's what the Invalids Fund is for. So don't worry about it for now.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's gotta be you. I'm manning the decks down here.
I've already mastered the art of teleportation.
You actually haven't, but you have proven that you are a relatively capable climber.
God, do it. We get to see it. So far, so fine. Yeah, not too bad. Is there like a horse cock or something getting in the way?
Your gloves give you a solid grip on the metal bar. This feels pleasingly familiar.
I feel like I could fail, but I am wearing gloves, which you told me to. What if I wasn't?
You don't exactly cut a lithesome figure, but after several moments of scrambling, you manage to hoist yourself atop the monument.
My physical instrument is leveled up 3 times. Damn, you are really up there. And you're just standing like... Oh man, you're brave.
That performance was frankly an embarrassment.
No, you're up there. I don't know what you're talking about. That was great. That was pretty bad. I hope nobody saw it.
You're doing all right, detective. Just keep your focus on the task at hand.
Yeah.
The connection itself is nothing more than a little braid of exposed wire wrapped about the hoof of the horse. A copper fetter it cannot slip. The whole monument is covered in a thin but durable layer of oil and grime. It's obvious no one has cleaned it in years.
Well, what's it look like?
The whole statue's covered in weird oils.
That's not good. We should have cleaned the centaur man first. Pretty rude that we didn't.
I guess so.
Hang on. I'm looking at Egg's checklist. He says, if all fails, bend antenna. Narrow is the hardcore way. That make any sense to you?
What are we supposed to use to bend the antenna?
It says here, muscle style.
Of course. What good is that supposed to do?
Good question. Maybe he's saying we're casting too wide a net. Gotta narrow our receiving band so we pick up the big bad without the spookers. Since you're already up
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm here.
The speed freak is right. The responsibility is yours and yours alone. There's no turning back now.
Well, there's just no way. But maybe that's the thing. There is pretty much no way. It's godly. Well, these all might help. Or they might not. Look at Felipe.
You are face to face with Philip III. The Bronze King looks toward the west.
Philip.
Something about his features seems bizarrely distorted. Not intentionally. It's a matter of perspective. The king was never meant to be seen from such an angle as you've attained. His imperious gaze leads you naturally to his outstretched hand, which, for some reason, strikes you as sadly empty. Come on. Kings and sabers are so played out. There's a better way.
What's this better way?
Why not arm the good king's valiant steed instead? There seems to be just enough room between its teeth there.
That's brilliant. Put the saber between the horse's teeth? Wait, oh, oh, my sword. I can put it in the hand or I can put it in the teeth. Okay, man, sure.
To your surprise, the saber slides snugly between the horse's bared teeth.
We lost our saber, but it looks badass, I'm sure.
There is no way that is going to make any difference.
Nah, every bit helps. We need this antenna to be as hardcore as humanly possible.
It actually does help. Look at the horse.
This faithful steed cuts a dashing figure with the replica saber between its teeth.
Look up.
The sky is grey and overcast. Snow spirals all around you. Through the scrim, you can just make out the shadow of Coalition warship Archer a few kilometers.
I really want to make this. Look down.
A few of the idle lorry drivers and strikebreakers gesture at you with their cigarettes, more out of curiosity than anything else. From the window of one of the adjacent apartment buildings, an older woman leans out, her heavy breasts sagging.
Thank you for the detail of that. Great.
She yells a single word you can't make out, and then shuts the window with a violent thunk.
Saggy titties plus 10. Yeah, well, shit. Of course we won't make it. I'm about to fall in my death. Don't.
You allow the broken hunk of metal to clatter to the ground. It wasn't clear to you it did anything anyway.
Nein, Liebling.
Huh? Sounds like that was a false move. Signal's even worse now.
Sorry, I was trying to do good.
The thing is, trying's not enough. Now it's the results that count.
He's right. This was your responsibility.
I'm gonna turn all the dials to maximum. Probably gonna burn out our power supply, but that might be the only way.
A maelstrom of sound, swirling and swirling around an invisible point. It's mounting, mounting.
It's giving.
Nicht mehr derselbe ist, seit auf einem Luftschiff aus Grad zurück.
Shut up.
Lieutenant Dubois, please respond.
It's too much. Your eardrums are throbbing, about to burst.
A long winter, long and cold.
And then, nothing.
Try it now.
Collision warship Archer. This is... Come on.
This is Warship Archer. We are acknowledging and accepting you. Though we're still getting quite a bit of interference.
This is as good as it's gonna get. I'll keep us aligned as long as I can, but this isn't a social mission. You got it?
Okay.
This is it. You're finally getting to speak with those who hold real power. And by that, we mean the ones with the guns and the warships. There is so much you wish you could ask, but you probably only have time for 1 or 2 questions before the signal is lost.
Understood.
Please be advised that you are speaking on a public frequency. What is your request?
Who am I speaking with? Sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. What does Revachol look like from out there? What does a moral intern really want? When is real democracy coming to Revachol? Can I do all? Who am I speaking with?
You are currently speaking with Coalition Warship Archer, flagship of Insurcom forces in Revachol.
You the captain?
No. The captain of the Archer is deeply classified intelligence. We are the second signaler.
Sure, but who are you? I need to know your name.
Our name is not important. All you need to know is that we hold the position of second signaler aboard the Archer.
You really don't have the faintest guess what her name could be. You were never very good at this sort of thing.
Annie. Anyway, move on.
There's something in the way she refers to herself, always with the first person plural. A deliberate blurring of the boundary between herself and the institution she represents. Not to mention the airborne artillery platform she works on. Her every word is backed up by the most powerful ordnance available.
What's up with the plural?
Because it's standard practice for signalers to use the pluralis officialis during the course of our duties. It's meant to serve as a reminder that we don't speak only for ourselves. For instance, as second signaler, we represent Coalition Warship Archer, which in turn represents Insurcom and the Coalition more generally, which in turn represents the Moralist International, which itself represents the interests of 1.2 billion people across the world.
Meaning, she's the voice of all those living souls.
So when I'm talking to you, it's like I'm talking to all of humanity?
No, of course not. There are many nations outside the Moral Inter's umbrella, in Seoul, Samara, and elsewhere. At most, you might say the Moral Inter represents between a quarter and a third of humanity. Perhaps you could say that we represent the interests and hopes of a great many people. But you could say, just as easily, that we are the assistant to the secretary of a factotum, no more remarkable than the lowest cashier of a common fleet.
Yeah.
It all depends on your perspective.
Who's the secretary?
The chief signaler, our superior. They are ultimately responsible for all communications aboard the Archer. But now, we've wandered quite far afield. What was your request?
This is it. Final question time. I can already feel our alignment getting shaky.
Is everything alright? We lost the connection for a moment.
So, proceed, right? I have to proceed, or this is just over? I really need to reach the Committee of Responsibility. Or can I get one more question before? Because this is not a question. What does the moral intern really want?
A very important question, with a very simple answer. We want humanity to endure. Beyond that, it may be said that we are the inheritors and stewards of Dolores Day's legacy.
Dolores Day. So beautiful.
She was really beautiful, right?
Oh, incomparably so. But that isn't what made her so remarkable.
Not true. Her beauty was like a glowing coil on a hot stove, and yet you felt blessed to touch it.
She was the greatest innocent, the single most consequential being to have ever lived. her legacy touches every aspect of modern life.
Right? And that legacy is?
Immeasurable. It includes interstellar travel, 3 scientific revolutions, humanism, internationalism, the welfare state, and balance of terror theory. Nothing less than the intellectual foundation of our modern order. The role of the Moralist International is twofold: to buy humanity sufficient time to perfect itself, and to patiently guide it along the road while protecting it from ideological highwaymen and eschatologists.
What is this balance of terror theory?
It's an elegant idea, one of the cornerstones of the modern era. In short, it holds that durable, lasting peace is possible when the major powers are capable of inflicting unacceptable and irreversible destruction upon one another. Because no rational state is willing to accept the risk of such a calamity befalling its own people. All powers are incentivized to de-escalate conflicts before they reach the point of no return.
Has it worked?
For the most part, it has. The world is certainly not free of violent conflict, but in the modern era, we have made great strides to reduce its frequency, duration, and severity.
In what sense is the moral intern the steward of Dolores Day's legacy?
It was established by many of the same founding party members who elected Dolores Day, and who, after her assassination, dedicated their lives to the continuation of her political and intellectual project.
Who were the highwaymen? And it's the you mentioned. Highwaymen, that's a good song.
There are many. The communists say they are the next dialectical step in an inexorable spiral of progress. They claim to have resolved the inherent contradictions of moralism, and believe they're just one revolution away from establishing a humanist paradise.
Yes. Wake up, Dane. Pay attention. Pay attention. At least this time, I'm 99.9% sure there won't be a quiz. The last time I said that, there was literally a quiz. And I can't believe it. That's just blew my mind again. How that happened. But, yeah.
The fascists say they are both the ancestors of and the successors to Doloreanism. In other words, they believe that Dolores Day's reign simply represents a glorious phase of expansion within a greater Franco-Nigerian heritage. They criticize the DeLorean project for accepting and integrating new peoples rather than forcefully subjugating them. And then, there are our prodigal cousins, the Vazan Social Democrats, who hold our same values and have even adopted many of our same rights and iconography, though they persist in rejecting the umbrella of moralism.
Who are you anyway? I'm just like a random guy that somehow got connected to your, you know.
For some reason, it's the Social Democrats she sounds most exasperated with.
Sometimes I wonder if the communist may have a point. At least intellectually speaking. Why do you resent Social Democrats more than communists and fascists?
We don't resent them. It's more that we are disappointed that they have chosen to emphasize certain points of dispute over broad areas of accord.
She speaks of them like a family member she's abandoned hope of ever maturing.
But of course, they also remain dependable partners in a number of centrist governing coalitions.
Where does the RCM fit into all this?
The RCM exists under the umbrella of the coalition, just as the coalition exists under the umbrella of the moral intern. At the same time, the RCM is not exactly off the coalition.
What do you mean it's not off?
It's our understanding that the RCM's organizational structure predates the coalition. We believe it may even be modeled after the P.o.n.r brigades themselves.
There is some truth to that.
But in a practical sense, it's the responsibility of the ethics divisions to ensure that both organizations are working towards the same ends.
So you're saying the RCM is a vestige of Revachol's communist past? Why bother with the RCM at all? Can't the coalition just run everything itself?
One now committed to upholding moralist values. Strange, isn't it? History is a river coursing ever downward. Occasionally, its course is redirected in mysterious and unexpected ways.
What awaits us at the end of the road?
Let us answer your question with a question. Have you ever seen evening fall over the old town of Vesperashi?
Maybe. I've been forgetting things lately.
If you had, then you would remember. It is one of the great wonders of the world, impossible to mistake or forget. The heart of the city, the old town, is a district composed of weather marble, comprising thousands of columns and arcades arranged around a series of grand plazas. During the day, it's a beautiful sight, equal to any of the great cities of Pericarnassus. But as the sun sets, the shadows cast by those columns and arcades weave together to form an intricate ombre and lattice. When you see it, you suddenly understand. It was all built for you, for this very moment.
The name at Vesperaskit means evening comes.
Built for me?
For you, for all of humanity. Not only that, but you are also part of that centuries-long plan. When you cross one of the open plazas, your own shadows is effortlessly woven into the great lattice work, a deliberate synthesis of humanity, art, and the natural world.
Beautiful.
Yes, it is. We grew up there. We have seen the lattice with our own eyes.
At Vesperas.
She was. There are even those who say that at Vesperace summoned Dolores Dane, or that it was built in preparation for her, centuries before her arrival. That's why the old town is sometimes called the ceremonial heart of humanity. Of course, such a city does not spring from nowhere, nor does it endure without effort. Its construction was the work of many generations, and its preservation is an equally monumental responsibility.
How much time does humanity need to achieve its potential?
About 3,000 years.
Sounds like a very long time.
It does, doesn't it? And yet, there remains a great deal to be done in that span.
It's been a long winter. Long and cold.
Bad news, little man. Signal's going down. These waves are receding. Time to let go.
Is everything alright? We lost the connection for a moment.
Hang on, Archer. I meant to ask you about the Committee of Responsibility.
Lieutenant Dubois, please repeat. Your signal is very weak.
I said I meant to ask you about the Committee of Responsibility.
Nothing important. Bad connection. Going to update the receiver frequency.
And the line goes quiet. The lieutenant gives a long sigh as he removes his headphones. He looks up at you.
I think it's best for you to climb off the statue now, Detective. Your real work is done here.
Stomach. Just give me a minute.
The sun-warmed bronze tingles beneath your fingertips and between your thighs. Your legs have grown stiff. You've been up here quite a while. You look around. The strikebreakers are still shouting their slogans and waving their hand-painted signs. Beneath you, the lieutenant and the speed freak have begun disconnecting a few cables. You could stay a while longer if you wanted.
Sure.
Out on the bay, a pair of dinghies bob and roll in the waves. The breeze drags the voices of the fishermen toward the plaza, faint and indecipherable. Further out, a few dirty icebergs drift to and fro. Further still, at the outer edge of your recognizance, the ancient ruins of the sea fort lay piled on the horizon.
Everything all right, Detective?
I don't know, maybe.
Listen, I understand that you're disappointed that things did not turn out how you might have hoped. But that's just how things go. We all must accept our own shortcomings and limitations. Now come on. We still have a long day ahead of us.
Yeah, I guess we do. I could redo this and try to wear a bunch of things that help me with interfacing and level up my interfacing, and then maybe be able to do that thing, which would just lead to us asking those things anyway, and then I can make sure to do the thing. But you said question, and there were some questions, and then there was proceed, and you always get to... Should just done the proceed, but then it was a good conversation we had. It was good, but
about time. You grab that amp. Forget the cables. Need to leave some evidence of our antenna to inspire future generations.
What's one more trip across the waterlock?
You know what? We gotta go there anyway.
Alright, Copman. We've held up more than our share of this collaboration. I hope you recognise how much the hardcore underground came through for you.
If you want to show your appreciation, we can still use your help. Egg is the one to talk to. Hardcore! Mutual aid!
Ah, you know it.
Sure. You have to say that now, but it's alright. I'll put this tech away later. Think there's an extra can set, in case you want to grab a souvenir or something. Don't think anyone will miss it.
That's it. You got it.
Got what?
The whole shebang.
You know, I'm trying to reach the end here, and I'm just trying to get everything done. Is that it? We did the shebang? And the coat and the hat?
The coat. The hat. The swindle so crooked a Yegman couldn't break it. Yegman, that's either a safe breaker or someone who works almost exclusively with egg yolks. The deaths of Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve, the case Dick Mullin was on. That's what this crooked swindle must be.
What? Why are you talking like that?
This is how I always talk. Move on. The swindle. Cracked it like a discounter safe. You're right. He used to be more polite.
So they did love each other to death?
Don't think like a cop. Cops don't solve cases. They slide nippers on the goons and take them into big houses. But they don't solve anything.
They slide what now? Who does then?
The Dicks, Gumhills, Hawkshaws, Peepers, Sleuths. Men like Mullin and you.
So, am I a dick?
Bullseye, a snooper, and a damn good one.
I don't feel like a private investigator. I kind of do, though. I think I've always felt like a private eye. Sure have.
If there's any doubt, consult your trusty Dick Mullin book and reconnect with the real you. Him, Dick Mullin. You, him, use. Modus Mullin.
No. 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 We're not doing that. Inland Empire. We can put it on. You look crazy. We really need to wear that hat now. Yo, what?
A better deal! Yeah! Medium car!
It's a crazy sound we heard before.
Yeah! It was awesome! And scary! Very hardcore! Too hardcore, in fact! I couldn't control it! At all!
What happened?
It sucks up all the air in the mix until it's the only thing left! Starts compressing itself and everything around it. Completely fills up the headspace. Extreme!
Inside your chest, the heart beats still with the after effects of the sound. Imagine if you could harness that power, making it pulse.
What if this is the answer to the Van Eyck jam? We could use it for the sound of the bass. This guy's dancing twice. That looks cool. Anyway.
But how?
What about the compressor? The one with the spiky hair was setting up to achieve some sort of parallel processing.
The audio onslaught can be tamed. Connect the dots. Interfacing. God. Freaking damn it.
Man, damn it, man.
Interfacing. Yellow. Looking for yellow. Yellow. Interfacing. Yellow. Is this the one we decided there wasn't any of? Probably. Are we yet again deciding and finding out that there's none of that? Yep. You'd think this might give that, since we need it right now, and we got it after anyway. Interfacing. You know the drill.
That's a deal. Yeah, need it.
Sidechain.
Sidechain the beat, man. So it goes whoa, 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 whoa. That's the sidechain. Whoa, 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 whoa. Like in a wave of audio up and down, you know. I think.
Listen, you can use the compressor to select between which track it's compressing. Either the auxiliary signal or the main input from the tape. Make it alternate between the signals. The compressor controls the gain based on the level of the signal on the aux sidechain input. It will allow maintaining a loud sound without peaks that fill up all the headspace.
Okay, Egg, you need to start sidechaining it.
Sidechaining it, you said?
Then he puts on his headphones and his eyes go wide, wider than they've ever gone on drugs. He starts jumping up and down with bliss in total silence, still listening to his headphones.
This is... I need part of the royalties for this song by now, man.
Hey, what did you do to Egghead, Cop Man? Did you break him?
Just wait and see.
Are you ready, pussy?
What you call her?
Noid straightens his back, ready for the beat.
I was born ready, Egg.
Thumbs up. Sidechain.
The audio assault is glorious. The speed freak dances on the stage, intensely waving his hand in the air.
This is beauty! This is life!
What in the world is going on? The way melody and bass flow together, it's unnatural.
Your body is taking a beating from the low frequencies crashing over you. It's making you feel alive again.
It's okay. Let's not get crazy. They wouldn't... It's a good song. And it's mesmerizing. You know, but... Anyway. We have tamed the sound, made it our own.
God damn it! This dance club idea might just work out.
DeLorean Church! The place to be! Pump it! Pump it!
This is it. This is a new era. The fabric of the world has been irrevocably altered.
Yeah, all me.
Who will be the innocence of hardcore melodic dance music?
Didn't they say he needed help, though? Was that the help he needed?
I bet it did.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Just dance.
Goodbye, officer.
Welcome back.
Yep.
Yo, man.
Yep.
Yes, what is it?
Yes. Alright. One last thing to do, I think. Because fuck everything else. Wait. Sorry, what was it?
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
Savoir vert. Which I think it's yellow, right? Wait, I mean, we can check here. Yeah. We just saw it. Pants. I think I saw one more thing that had it, or maybe had a minus. No, not that. And then there were some things in the top that were also. That's a minus. Oh, wait. Is that a minus? We're not wearing pants. I have never considered making this guy naked.
Yes?
No comment. I thought there might be a comment to...
Yes?
Man, I had to try. Alright, put it all back on. The pants. Well, I'll leave them there. Okay. Okay, sorry. We got like +2, right? That's fine. That's good enough. Good enough. Good enough. Was there something we don't have on? No, we're good.
Oh, hey, man. It's good to see you.
You close your eyes and vacate your skull, leaving your brain to wonder, where did that little fluttering light go?
Total darkness. You sink down the darkest fathoms of your own personal deep, vertebrate by vertebrate, through the unformed skulls of your mind.
Huh? I feel like you're... Anyway.
Here it will begin.
Where'd the church go?
Who fucking cares?
I hate waking life. I hate this world. I hate and fear everything. All I want to do is dance. Just replace this with gaming and game. And yeah, I'm scared.
Good.
Where'd the music go?
Oh, don't worry. The music's still there. It's you who is gone.
I can't hear anything.
This is a pivotal moment. Try not to piss yourself.
Concentrate on hearing.
Nothing. Just the immaculate silence of your spinal fluid.
What was that about?
Electrified.
Unformed skulls?
I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Every vertebrae in your spine is an unformed skull ready to pop up and replace the old one. Like shark teeth. The one you're currently in has a little brain forming in it, waiting for its turn.
It's called a vertebrate, even though it's spelled vertebrae? And I've always said and heard vertebrae, but now both of these guys have said vertebrate, and I'm... whatever.
To rule the world.
Who are you?
I am the spinal cord.
What do you want?
From what I can see, It's about to bust a move.
Let's bust him. But that's why we're doing this. Why would I not do it? Yeah, go.
Foolhardy, do you even know what's happening on the surface? Maybe 1,000 years have passed. Or maybe you started spazzing out like 2 seconds ago.
Probably the latter.
With your eyes still closed, the first thing you feel, all the way back in the pivoting darkness of your own torso, is warmth. You have become a triumph of rhythmoplastics, somewhere in a smelly wooden church on the coast of Revachol. The wounds from the war you waged on your body are healing, twist by twist, turn by turn. As you open your eyes, you should scream, hyper, hyper. It seems appropriate.
Hyper,
You
hyper.
have become a flawless
Whoa.
mechanism, a flesh and bone approximation
Jesus.
of the throb coming from the speaker setup of the one called Eggheads, entirely, rigidly imbecilic, without pity or fear.
Bro. You can... There's a joke here. There's a joke here to be made. I'm trying to formulate it, okay? You can bust a criminal and you can bust a move, or I don't know, something would bust. But it's straight bust them. Damn. Jesus, man. You got moves, bro.
Free from self-awareness, no deliberation, only, and I mean only, execution.
That is all execution, and Kim should be impressed. And this guy, too.
Oh my god!
I know. Hard cough. Hard cough.
With his reel-to-reel mixer blasting the anthem of a future that will never come, the young man observes your moves for a second. He throws a screwdriver and a bunch of drill chucks into the corner and explodes into dance. What he lacks in sharpness, he more than makes up for in violent enthusiasm.
Can I... Sal.
The young woman lifts her headphones up slightly and raises her chin, looking at you expectantly.
Asil? Aren't you going to dance? No, recording.
Oh, come on.
The lead programmer throws the other young woman a knowing glance before turning her attention back to her own work. She's still at her mainframe, pressing buttons, reading printouts, but she started nodding her head along to the music.
I bet you KK over here can breakdance his ass off. I bet you Kim Kitsarubutsaragi is a mad breakdancer. Come on, Andre.
The young man immediately
Yeah.
bounces up and down, then assumes the same dance pattern, embellishing it with some sort of waving motion. The authority of the law is clearly unquestionable.
Kim.
What's going on here? Delinquents.
I said get in here and dance.
The lieutenant squeezes the bridge of his nose. The light reflects off his glasses, giving him the appearance of a surgeon.
He's gonna do it.
He's gonna procedure.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
He's having trouble adjusting to the new reality before him.
He's gonna do it.
What's happening?
I'm undercover. I'm not doing anything. The music made his mind up. I'm undercover?
Good for you. Rock on then.
I called you to dance. Yeah, let's go. 97. Kim. Kitsuragi. Please dance with me. Don't let the lieutenant leave without getting his hardcore on.
Who's the one in charge? You are.
Come on, Kim. Lieutenant, I'm only gonna pull rank on you one time, and that time is now.
Are you kidding me?
I assure you I am not. I'm not.
Get my what on?
I said get your goddamn groove on. Boogie woogie.
Sheesh, okay.
I'm nervous for you.
Okay, you psychopath. I see what you're doing there. It's jacked up footwork, plus some... Is that Ubi folk dancing?
Yeah,
Nah, it's not Ubi folk. It's hardcore.
it's hardcore.
Yeah. Whatever.
You talk a big talk, Lieutenant.
Oh yeah? I did 15 years in the juvenile crime unit. I can do age inappropriate. Now, check this shit out.
Oh, fuck.
The lieutenant begins to heel kick the church floor with such intensity, it's reasonable to fear he'll kick a hole right through it, causing the floor to crack and the pillars to collapse, bringing the church roof down on all of you.
I'm just gonna ignore the floating pen. But this is the greatest day of my life. I'm in the very middle of a very busy work week. And I had that whole nightmare scenario with the dentist. And the bill. Which I have to call the other dentist after this playthrough. And ask them about that stuff. But seemingly I have to pay a bunch of money. But all that in this moment means nothing at all. Cause look at this shit.
It doesn't look like he'd give a shit either.
Is there anything more I can do?
The dynamic motion of your flailing body is bordering on the extreme. You're going off the charts. You feel as if turning on the hyperdrive will be a point of no return. Feels almost melancholy. Are you sure you have the entire posse along for this?
Together, where are you?
Here we go again.
Let's go.
Hardcore fills the air.
Yeah, man.
The sound above my hair.
The what now? The sound above your what?
Above my hair, man.
Okay, this is too imbecilic. Excuse me.
Okay, Suna's in. Okay.
On the coast of the Martinez Inlet, in a small weather-beaten stave church built 380 years ago by settlers from the Occident, most likely to guard against an anomaly at its center, an officer of the RCM is contorting his body into idiotically rigid shapes as he invents the future of dance music. It's the hardest anyone has ever danced.
What is this strange feeling I keep having, this cold, even now?
I am La Rebachelière.
Okay.
I am the city.
Yeah. What do you mean?
I am a fragment of the world spirit, the genius Loki of Revachol.
Mm-hmm.
My heart is the wind corridor. The bottom of my air is red. I have 100,000 luminous arms. Come morning, I carry industrial dust and let it settle on tree leaves. I shake the dust from those leaves and onto your coat.
Good.
I've seen you. I've seen you. I've seen you with her. And I've seen you without her. I've seen you on the crescent of the hill.
How are you talking to me?
The modulations of my voice are noted down with thermometers and barometers. You feel me in your nostrils. on the little hairs on the back of your neck. I also reside in your lungs and vestigial organs. Everywhere there is space.
But who am I? Why are you talking to me?
You are an officer of the citizens' militia, Jaunt in Rebut. When you wear your coat, you wear my soul. You move through my streets freely, in motor carriages and on foot. You have access to the hidden places. You also circulate among those who are hidden. I need you. You can keep me on this earth. Be vigilant. I love you.
I love you too.
An officer of the RCM is lying on the floor of a small church with his eyes rolled back and his tongue lolling out. Several others are standing around him. He slowly comes to.
Had a good rest there?
I spoke to the city of Revachol.
Fuck yeah! I bet you did. Those were some advanced moves, man.
That's all great, but we should really get going. We spent enough time doing aerobic exercise for today.
Yeah. This is a real good way to end and get on with the...
You might be imagining it, but it feels like Egghead turned the volume down. Such is his respect.
Man! Now, man! Now imagine if we could do that, right? But with like 1,000 people.
Yeah.
End of human development. Mission complete.
That'd be ecstatic.
All right.
You're absolutely beat. Muscles relaxed and feet like noodles underneath.
That's it for now.
Goodbye, officer.
Well, that's it then. Pants. It's my disco pants. Are those the... These are the ones. Well, maybe not. There's no minus, but there's no plus, but there's no minus, but there's no plus, but there's no minus, but there's no plus. Sure, that's what we were looking like. Any other gloves? Blue. Blue ain't really it. Alright. Shit. Whoops. That was the same thing. I think it might be time. I think we've done it. I could look this up, but whatever. And again, yeah, whatever. It's time. We're here, right? There was something up there, but... Oh, fine. I bet there's another poster in it. The fatal remains of a poster. Yeah, what could it be? How long has it been? It's been 2 hours. God, I don't know how long this ending's gonna be, but... we're in it now, ain't we? I wonder what I should wear. And if I should have my gun ready. Did it tell me to have my gun ready? I don't know. I guess we look like this now. But then we also spend a lot of time to get on the found stuff. And it is a good plus plus. That's a good plus plus as well. And that's a plus plus. That's a plus and a minus. I've come to like these glasses. We might need the authority, but whatever. This hat I will cherish forever. Empathy. Or perception. Guess we'll go for some perception. Alrighty then. I believe this is it. Now, if I knew maybe this will take an hour, then I would stop now. Whoa, look at your head. Your glasses. The shadow. I don't know how long this is, but I've got time. Wait. 10. Okay, yeah, I've got about an hour. Money. Money. A concrete pipe buried in the sand and dust. Polar anorak. Composure and shivers. I don't hate it, but too late now.
Suddenly, your entire body is paralyzed. Aggressive white noise fills your skull. A strange pain, like you've never felt before. Through the static, you hear a woman's voice. It's like 1,000 radio stations are being blasted into your head all at once. But her words are the only ones you can make out.
I know you're feeling pretty uncomfortable right now. Don't move too much or fight it. That'll just make it worse. Can't say it's a pleasure, officer. I was really hoping not to make your acquaintance. But here we are.
The voice coming through the whirlwind of pain is not malicious. She doesn't want to hurt you, but she has to. Doesn't wish to hurt you, not according to your ear canals. Wait, no, not even your ear canals. This is going directly into your neural pathways.
No.
That's an awful decision. Why would you not want to shield yourself from it? It's an entirely new type of experience. Way worse than all the previous ones.
Well, I figured it wouldn't make a difference.
Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest.
You gonna kill me too?
No, I'm not going to fucking kill you. If that had been my plan, you'd be dead already. All things considered, I'm being pretty reasonable here. I'm using a pale latitude compressor. You and your partner have been caught in its field.
The explosion of static you're hearing. It's the ULAN frequency, blasted from that pale emitter that Angus mentioned.
I saw your equation.
Saw my equations? You've been sniffing through my lorry, right? I expected as much. I am a bit surprised you knew what you were looking at.
You should probably check on Kim. That's what good partners do.
Right behind you, officer.
A pale latitude compressor is used to sort of make the pale more manageable. With a lot of these, you can force a radio signal grid on the pale, literally crunch the distance across it. Signals are relayed across a series of repeater stations fixed to buoys. Not a fun job manning those stations. All alone out there in the pale, people lose their minds in just a few years.
Buoy.
So, what we are experiencing is a concentration of radio waves.
Precisely. This is an industrial strength paraboloid. It's meant for forcing dimensions on something that doesn't have them. Needless to say, the frequencies used are out of this world. At the upper limit is the large prime number generator station. It's used specifically for pale latitude compression. That's why you may be hearing some numbers. But you might also hear, or think you're hearing, local radio chatter.
She's been holed up in here for a while with no one to talk to. Keep her talking, and you just might get an opportunity to break loose.
Have you experienced the compressor yourself?
Yeah, I stuck my head in there before using it on you. It seemed like the ethical thing to do. Can't say that I enjoyed it. The field was weaker, but I can imagine what you're going through.
How'd you get your hands on this thing?
I built it myself.
That's illegal. I'm guessing it's patented. But we are beyond that, aren't we?
Oh yeah. Way beyond.
Will I stay like this forever?
No. Once I shut down the compressor, the pain will end. It may take a few minutes for you to steady yourself, though. It's a bit like waking out of a very confusing dream.
Finish. Yksi, kaksi, kolme. That's like 1, 2, 3, right? I think. This is all great, but let's talk about the man who was killed.
Yeah, let's not talk about that shit. You were hunting me and fell into my trap instead. That's all there is to say about it.
So she thinks of you as hunters, not the cops, and of herself merely as prey.
Please, could you just turn it down so I can ask you something?
If you've got something really important to say, you can do it through the white noise.
Looking for a deal on mattress. Dentist.
And you can't just walk back.
God damn it. Fine. If you really want to talk, I can dial it down. I've also got a gun, by the way.
That's fine.
She's carrying a 2-barreled front loader. Remain careful. Well, it doesn't feel much better, but she can form sentences now. Thinking doesn't seem to hurt as much. Just keep her talking, and you'll get through this.
Wow. How'd you know we were coming?
I heard you in the passages, and I've been preparing for quite a while.
By hiding bullets under floorboards.
So you found my shack, huh? I'm not surprised.
Her tone is bitter. She thinks she's been betrayed.
She didn't rat you out, by the way.
So nice. That's one knife I didn't want to find in my back.
As opposed to the other knives she's finding there now. Hardy for one.
Preparing for the worst?
I was. Before I caught you in the pale latitude compressor. I'm fine now.
That's her admitting the bullet was an emergency exit. It was dark in the shack. The waves outside had calmed down. She looked at the loaded gun. Then she cracked the barrel open and took the bullet out. Not today.
Did you shoot Lily?
No, I didn't do it. I only helped stage the lynching, though I doubt that makes much of a difference to you.
It kinda does, that's why I'm here.
Who ratted me out, by the way? Was it Titus? No, he wouldn't have broken first.
Clache was the first. When I threatened to arrest her, Clache broke. I guess it's her either way. She was the first to share her suspicions.
Oh, I knew the kitten had claws, but not like this. But she couldn't have known I was on the coast. How did you find me?
Your first guess wasn't entirely off. Your own boys told us you were on the coast.
Titus and his boys, man. They told us you were on the coast.
Even now, Kim is a paragon of professionalism. He is trying to make a clean cut of telling her she was betrayed.
Well, fuck. Those guys liked me, I know it. If this is what happens to people whom people like...
A dull despair is creeping into her voice.
How the fuck did the rest of you get by?
Wait, wasn't it you who called me the human can opener? It's not personal, I opened them up. I do it by asking questions, and I have some for you. Honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just stumbled in here. Can you please explain this shit to me? You call me the human can opener, yes, that's me.
I did, didn't I? Now you've come for me. Fuck them all the same.
That did make her forgive them. A little.
I'll do it by asking questions.
Like what? I already told you I didn't do it.
A strong moral compass. She still wants the opportunity to make a case for herself.
Right. I hate that we have to have this noise this whole time, but whatever. Would you say that Lily was a likable person?
I didn't like him. Hardened mercenaries aren't particularly likable types.
You don't feel sympathy for mercs? It's hard work.
Plenty of broken people who don't come with that kind of body count. Besides, they're paid well for what they do.
There's nothing more personal that you had against him? Perhaps his way with women?
You think I was envious of his conquests? Look, pussy's not a problem for me, and definitely not a reason to off someone.
Did you feel protective of the Union?
Yeah, sure. And I didn't like Wild Pines sending in those foreign hirelings. Me and a fuck ton of other people around here.
She didn't hate him, okay?
I have other questions.
I'm listening.
Do you have an alibi for when Lily was shot?
Man, I was with the boys the whole night. I hope they at least bothered to impress that upon you.
There were 10 minutes they couldn't account for. They did say you left to take a really long leak. It was like 10 minutes, right?
You mean the length of a toilet break? That wouldn't even have been enough time.
Hold on, no one takes a 15-minute leak. Our investigation, Wince from the Pain, has shown that 15 minutes was just enough time to commit the murder.
Wow. Now I'm curious. Please, explain.
You, play paintball much?
No. Not since I was 14 and hanging out in the only diner in Dardun. Haven't been into low-risk, no-reward games since moving to the city. Why?
There were some mysterious pinball machines in some pretty mysterious rooms in the Whirling.
Yeah, and probably some ghosts from the time of the suzerain. I'm not really interested in supernatural mysteries.
What kind of mysteries are you interested in then?
Not murder mysteries either, if that's what you're thinking.
She looks you in the eye. impassively, making it clear that she's not planning to comment on the matter any further.
It's a shame because I happen to be a paranatural. What about elevators? Do you like elevators?
The fuck do elevators have to do with anything?
Do you or don't you?
Not particularly.
Not even quaint old rickety ones?
I'm not really into old shit for old shit's sake.
God damn it!
Look, there's a secret way from the ground floor to the whirling... Of the whirling to the roof.
Don't know it, but also... the shot couldn't have come from the roof. Or we would have all heard it downstairs.
She has a point there. No one mentioned.
That didn't go super well. You've got to lay something better on her.
You have a gun?
And?
Where'd you get it?
The gun store.
What gun store?
Trigger Happy Jacks.
Really? Trigger?
What did you think? That I'm going to squeal on my gun supplier? Sorry, I'm not that kind of gal.
I see it's a front loader. Do you have another gun somewhere?
Sure don't.
A breech loader?
No.
This is such a wipeout.
I can't quite tell what kind of gun it is. Is it?
A Nachtway 80 front loader. 2-barreled. Not really what you were looking for, I'm guessing.
There's other evidence I want to ask you about.
Yeah, evidence.
You like Clashy a lot.
I considered her a good friend, yeah.
Is peeping one of your hobbies?
Wow. Pissing, pinball, and now peeping. I'm just not following your insinuations, Detective.
There's a hole in the wall. You can see into Clash's room. Well, the hole in Clash's wall is pretty suspicious.
Look, I'm not aware of any hole in Clash's wall. And if I had been, I would have told her to get it sealed. That's what friends do.
So you haven't been watching Clashy through the hole in the wall?
Nope. Look, she has an effect on people. That je ne sais quoi that makes it impossible not to look at her when she walks into the room, and very difficult to look away. But travel enough and you realize, for the same reason that she's everyone's type as an object of desire, she's not irreplaceable.
But you wanted to be more than just friends.
Oh, so that's where you were going with this.
She said you wanted to run away with her.
That's a very sentimental way of putting it. We both had pasts who didn't want to catch up with us, and we enjoyed listening to music together. Why not go on a road trip?
A road trip, huh?
The lieutenant watches her expectantly, occasionally shaking from the pain.
Okay, fine. I was into her. Clausy was into me too for a time, I know it. We even fooled around once. And yeah, after that I thought maybe we could make a go of it.
And then what?
She rejected me with some wishy-washy bullshit about how she was confused because she felt so close to me and valued my friendship so much, and how guilty she felt for leading me on.
Right. AKA, I'm not interested in you romantically, just sexually.
I knew that wasn't the whole story, but thought, fine, I'll take it and move on.
No ill will there. It wasn't a problem for her.
Clasher said you got very angry when she started seeing Lily.
Yeah, one time when we'd both been drinking, I said some heated things about how dangerous her patterns with men were. I was a little worried she'd blow it out of proportion in her head. All the drugs she was doing can make you feel like you're living in a DeLorean tragedy.
And despite everything, you helped her by staging a lynching?
Yeah, the girl seemed terrified. The merc was beyond caring what happened to his mortal coil. It was a no-brainer.
There are other things.
Go ahead. It's your body.
And mine too, he thinks. But keep on. This must be done.
Do you like to hang out on rooftops?
Who doesn't? Oh, you probably mean Claudia's rooftop. Sure, I've hung out there. She's got this great antenna.
Is that the only reason you hung out on the roof?
The view's pretty bomb too. But you might say the antenna was the main attraction there, yeah. Along with Claudia.
What's so great about her antenna?
It's very powerful. I used it to tune into RCM frequencies. That's how I knew to be prepared for your arrival.
Yeah. So, you're sure you didn't shoot the merc?
Yes, I'm sure. And anyway, as I said before, the shot had to have come from afar.
Did you leave any flowers for Clache on the roof?
No. Gifts of flowers and candy aren't really my style.
Not even wildflowers? Maybell, for example?
Nope.
But Clache was mourning.
I never did understand why, when someone dies, a hothouse's worth of flowers has to die too.
Okay, so you didn't leave Maybell's.
No, I did not.
You're running drugs for the Union? I've been through your lorry.
So, Heart of Gold Tommy fucked me over too. Never trust a musician.
That really comes as a blow to her.
No. I'm not selling him out, no. Tommy, yeah, the cool guy. He's like, man, please don't make me talk. No, I found my own way in.
Okay, great. You got into my lorry on your own. What now? You're going to arrest me for drug trafficking?
Beneath it, she's relieved Tommy didn't betray her.
You're a criminal. I can't trust anything you say. This means you're already a known killer because drugs kill people. That's so stupid. You had a financial incentive to kill the merc.
Man, it's to get away from all that murderous shit that I left Jamrock, my previous employer, for the Union.
She deliberately avoided naming the mob she worked for. You might be able to find this out later.
I got lucky being a dispatcher. Never had to do any of the really dirty work myself. This gun has only been used for self-defense against serious scum.
There. It's going to be easier to reach the machine now.
But you're threatening us with it.
Based on what I've heard about you, you are serious scum.
The fuck, man?
There's a sinister note in her voice. Even with the gun and the compressor, she's afraid of you.
Let's take a step back.
Yeah? Where?
More questions before doing anything.
Who killed the merc if it wasn't you?
How should I know? As I keep saying, he already had a bullet in his head when I got to him, and there hasn't been any useful gossip over the radio.
Those rings around her eyes, her tired voice. She's been staying up late, listening in on the conversations crisscrossing Martinez.
Police radio? You've been following the case?
Who hasn't? You know, I can still see him there, in Claus's room, lying on his side. He was still warm, but the bluish light coming through the broken window made him look as though he'd been dead for a good long while.
Claudia didn't want to turn the lamp on. She was afraid of another shot.
Well, tell us your version of Sunday night.
She eyes you warily, as though gauging your sincerity.
It's okay. We just want to...
All right, don't kill yourself over it. I was shooting the shit with Hardy and the boys over a few beers, like always. Then Claudia comes in, all pale and shuddering. She sits down with a drink, trying to steady her nerves. So I grab a seat next to her.
Did she also seem high to you?
Oh yeah, super. But I didn't think too much of it at first. I'd seen her party hard before.
Clache said you knew there was something wrong immediately.
No, I really didn't. She's not that easy to read. I just assumed she'd done too much blow. It wouldn't be a first for her. But no such luck. She was in some deep shit. She asked me to come upstairs. The merc she'd been going with was lying on the bedroom floor, dead. I knew she couldn't get the authorities involved, so yeah.
You made it look like he'd been hanged.
Clash said you seemed to have a plan prepared when you got there.
What? No. Faking a lynching was her idea.
She looks shaken. She wasn't surprised to be ratted out, but framed.
It's her idea?
Yeah, in cold blood. It really surprised me how quickly she was able to get a hold of herself once we got up there. It was like she was another person. The party girl was gone. She asked me to help her drag him into the shower so she could wind the shower head around his neck to fake lividity. Then she dressed him while I went to get the Hardy Boys.
There was always something about it, wasn't there? I don't like where this is going.
Glacia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise.
This is not really fully the ending, is it? This is just starting the end game. And now we gotta be on the trail of Clash or something. Which is why there's certain things we have to get done, because the world will change a little bit now. Showerhead. Resourceful.
Yeah. I wasn't sure whether to admire her or be disturbed.
You think she killed Lily?
As I keep telling you cops, we didn't hear anything downstairs. No gunshot, nothing.
But even if this is true, weren't you worried this lynching might lead to...
War? The thought crossed my mind. But the mercenary's death was going to have repercussions either way. Although the way things are going, fuck it. I'm not responsible for these people after what they did to me.
If you didn't kill him, why hide?
I saw you roll into town. I wasn't about to stick around for questioning by a goddamn La Puta Madre agent.
La Puta Madre.
That strange, distant fear is getting close now. It's a fear of yourself.
What do you mean, La Puta Madre agent?
Yes, you. Everyone says you're his peon, his human can opener.
You feel something in your chest, an unnatural pressure. It's spreading to your left arm, your jaw. Fucking shit. I'm scared. What do I do? Who do I call?
If we have to redo goddamn everything, because I didn't cover my ears. I'm guessing this is bad.
Very, very bad. This is the end bad. Get it together, boy. You've got to hold on, no matter how bad.
Try to remain conscious.
All you feel is pain and weakness. You have to surrender now. We all do. It gets so dark. You don't even see her face. Like you always thought you would. You only see pain and fear. Cop suffers final heart attack. A detective lieutenant of the RCM passed away yesterday. His death, though abrupt, did not come as a surprise to those who knew him. He was the heaviest drinker I'd ever met. Captain Ptolemy Price, the deceased superior officer, commented, "That ain't easy on the ticker." He loved his liquor, sure, said Detective Chester McLean, friend and colleague. But I think before he ever had a heart attack, his heart was broken. According to an official statement given by the RCM, the officer was on the brink of solving a murder case.
Two and a half hours. But the way the conversation was going, I didn't even say that this episode was going to be the ending. And I went this long as thinking maybe I could get to it, but I feel like it's clear there's still some stuff left. It's just never over. It'll never be over. But maybe next time, I guess. Two and a half hours. God. This game is insane. Tomorrow, today, whatever, I have a really long work day. And I might be smashed when I come home. I don't know if I'll be recording. We'll see. It depends. If I am doing nothing else and I just want to record, I'll do it. And the same thing Tuesday. I don't know. Maybe. And otherwise, I'll see you on Wednesday. What a weird feeling. I fucking love video games, though. Emotions. Always that weird, unclear, trying to figure out what just happened sort of emotion. I usually only get that from an ending, and this wasn't really... Well, that was technically an ending, we just died. How should I play? I guess I'll play through a little bit and maybe go buy some medicine if I can. And then actually cover my ears and play through a little bit of that part that I already did. And then I'll start recording, so you won't have to rewatch that whole conversation again. I'll try to... She called me a puta madre. I remember, okay? And I lost some health. Puta madre, lost some health. Got it. I'll see you in part 41. This is madness. Good night.